All right, good morning, scholars. Happy Thursday, day 134. We are going to dive right into today's lesson. So, for today, we are going to be reading different word problems and then figuring out if that's a multiplication problem or a division problem, and then we're going to have to solve it. Just to remind ourselves, if a problem is multiplication, we know that because multiplication means I have groups that I'm putting together over and over again to find the total. Whereas division is I have the total and I'm breaking that total up into smaller groups. So I need to ask myself, do I have the groups and am I putting them together to find the total? Or do I have the total and I'm breaking that apart to find the groups? So you're going to watch me do this first problem, and then that's the same strategy you will use when it's your turn. So problem number 1 says, Amari Payton walked for 452 total minutes last Saturday around her neighborhood. If it takes Amari 4 minutes to walk a mile, how many miles did she walk? So first thing I have to do is break this problem down. I know that when I annotate, I am circling, underlining, finding the important information. So I see that Amari Payton walked for 452 total minutes. So I'm going to label that as my total because it says that's all the minutes that she walked. She's not going to walk more than that. She's not going to walk less than that. That's the number she walked. Then it says it takes her 4 minutes to walk 1 mile. Okay? So I'm going to circle 4 minutes to walk a mile because 4 minutes is one of my groups. And then the question says, how many miles did she walk? I'm going to underline that because that's the question. I'm trying to figure out how many miles did she walk. So I have my total and I have one of the groups. If I go back up to my criteria, if I know the total and I'm trying to break the total up to find the other group, then that's a division problem. So we are going to be dividing for this problem. So I'm going to circle division. Now that I know we're dividing, I'm actually going to solve the problem. So I'm going to use the strategies we've been working on. First, I'm going to draw my house. I'm going to put 452 on the inside. I'm going to put 4 on the outside. I'm going to start with my 4 circles. 1, 2, 3, 4. Put that into groups of 4. That's one whole group that goes up top. 1 times 4 is 4. If I have 4 and I get rid of 4, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Then I bring down this 5. Now my new number is 5, so I'm going to draw my 5 circles. Break that up into groups of 4. That's one whole group of 4 and 1 left over. I'm going to put my whole groups up top. 1 times 4 is 4. Subtract 5, count back, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bring this down, so now I have 12 circles. I'm going to draw my 12 circles. Put those 12 circles into groups of 4 because that's my divisor. That is 1, 2, 3 whole groups. 3 times 4 is 12. Subtract, no remainders. So Amari Payton walked 113 miles. And that is my answer. So if I'm trying to figure out if I'm multiplying or dividing, I really have to pay attention to, do I have the total or do I have the groups? If I have the total and I'm trying to find the groups, I have to break that total apart. That's going to be division. If I have the groups and I'm trying to find the total, I have to put those groups together, and that's going to be multiplication. So let's go through another problem. Problem number 1 says, KIPP is sending 25 buses full of students on a field trip. Each bus can hold 75 students. How many students can go on the field trip? First thing I'm going to do is I'm going to annotate this problem. So, see, 25 buses. That's a group. Each bus can hold 75 students. That's another group. How many students can go on the field trip? So I'm going to stop and think. The question is asking me how many students. I know each bus can hold this group of students, but I'm trying to figure out how many students total based off of all of the buses. So I have one group, which is the buses. I'm going to even call that group. I have another group, which is the students on each bus. But I need to know the entire number of students. That would be the total number of students. I don't have the total. I'm looking for the total. So if I'm looking for the total, I'm going to have to multiply. So I'm going to circle. And then I'm going to do the problem. 75 times 25. I know that I need to use the area model. So I'm going to draw my box. I'm going to break 75 into 70 and 5. I'm going to break 25 into 20 and 5. Then I multiply row by column. 7 times 2 is 14. Add the zeros. 2 zeros, so I add them both. 5 times 2 is 10. Plus this 1 0, I need to add it. 7 times 5 is 35. Plus the 0 from the 70, add it. 5 times 5 is 25, and there are no zeros. Now I add all of these numbers up. In the ones place, we always start in the ones place. 0 plus 0 plus 0 plus 5 is 5. 0 plus 5 plus 0 plus 2 is 7. 4 plus 3 plus 1 is 8. And then 1 plus 0 plus 0 plus 0 is 1. So there are going to be a total of 1,875 students on this trip. So in order for me to figure that out, I had to annotate and then figure out what's missing. If the total is missing, then I know I need to multiply to find the total. If the total is there and the group is missing, then I need to divide to find the group. We're going to use that same strategy for this next problem. It says, there are 9 runners on each relay team. If a total of 918 runners signed up, how many relay teams could there be? First thing I'm going to do is annotate. So it's 9 runners on a team. There are 918 runners that signed up. And then my question is, how many teams could there be? So I need to think about, do I have the total number of what I'm looking for, or do I have the group of what I'm looking for? So I'm looking for how many teams can there be. That means I have to find a group. I also know that because it says there are 918 runners that I'm breaking up. That means that I'm not going to have any more runners. 918, that's just the total amount. So I'm going to label this as total. And this is one of the groups. So I have the total, I have a group. I'm looking for the other group, that's going to be division. So now I'm going to set my problem up. Draw my house. 918 is the dividend. 9 is the divisor. Start with the number closest to the house. Draw my 9 circles. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And I'm putting that into groups of 9. Look at that. One whole group. 1 times 9 is 9. Subtract. 9 minus 9 is 0. Bring down the 1. My new groups is 1. Put that into a group of 9. I can't. I don't have enough. 0 groups. 0 times anything is 0. Subtract. Bring down. Now, my new number is 18, so I'm going to draw my 18 circles. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. Put those in groups of 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Here's a group of 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Here's another group of 9. I have 2 whole groups of 9. So I'll write that up top. 2 times 9 is 18. 18 minus 18 is 0. There are no more numbers to bring down. So my answer is 102 teams. There we go. So looking at the steps once again, first thing we had to do was annotate the problem. We had to figure out, do we have the groups or do we have the total? So in this problem, we had the total and we're trying to break that total up into groups. We know that that's a division problem, so we divide it to find our answer. You are going to do the same thing for your practice problems. You're going to read each problem. You're going to make sure you use your criteria for success to help you. Please make sure you are annotating, breaking the problem down, and then figuring out the strategy from there, and then completing the problem. You are going to complete your independent practice problems before you move on to your exit ticket. Remember, you do not have to turn in your independent practice. This is just for you to practice before you move on to your exit ticket. After you're done practicing, click on the link for the exit ticket, complete the problems, and then submit that. As always, if you have any questions, please feel free to call me or text me. I am here to help you. You got this. Good luck. Get to it.